All remaining Marine units, this is Sergeant Kelly. I'm unable to reach Mars City from my current position. Move to Marine HQ to regroup and await further orders.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Blasphemous again. And, well, this is a problem.
Hey, you! Up here, quickly! I thought I was the only one still alive. I can't believe I found you. Something happened. I don't know what. It was like a shockwave. It passed through the entire base. People started changing. It was crazy. I was working up here on the vent shafts. I don't know how I survived. Go for help. Please. No way. I'm staying up here. It's the only safe place.
I don't know about that, but it's your funeral.
Be careful. I don't know what's in there.
Yeah, things have really gone downhill in our absence. But before we exit the room, there's actually a PDA that I missed.
This is Mark Stanton, Manifest Controller currently stationed at Mars City. I'm not sure who to send this to, so I decided to send it to quite a few people. If you're on the recipient list, please take a moment to review this report. It is quite important. I'm very concerned over the shipping procedures out here. I am the Manifest Controller, and as such, I need to be informed of everything coming in and out of Mars City. Someone here is subverting my position and preventing me from getting data on things being shipped. This is unacceptable. Not only could this reflect poorly on my upcoming review, but this is my job and I'm tired of being out of the loop. I have no idea who keeps telling the shipping crews to allow things in and out without allowing me to produce or procure the manifest, but whoever it is, it must stop. One of the dock workers actually told me to piss off when I tried to stop one of the last containers from going straight to Delta. I immediately filed a report and will follow up with the transit manager next time I see him. End of log.
Well, Mr. Stanton, I think you're going to have to miss that appointment. So, remember we got the machine gun last episode? It's more of a submachine gun, and I've been avoiding using it because we don't have a lot of ammo for it. But that's about to change.
Managed you. This is Specialist Wilson. My team is gone. They're all dead. I'm running blind here. What are my orders? Over.
Specialist Wilson, this is Sergeant Kelly. Stay sharp, son. Move to your last known RP and fortify your position. We'll find you.
This level's a lot more lousy with security guards. Yeah, these guys are everywhere. here's a PSA. Always keep your weapons loaded up. Is that everyone? Everyone? So, assault rifle Z-Sex. As expected, they come at you very fast, just spraying ammo all over the place. And most worryingly, these guys can actually run while shooting.
I just don't know what to do. What are these things?
I don't know, but stay where you are. Don't let anyone in there.
Case in point. There is something I neglected to mention about veteran mode, actually. You see, it's not just damage that goes up. The game also adds additional enemies and takes away certain ammo drops that you might be able to find. Same with armor and health. And speaking of health...
Audio log for Dr. Cassian, currently stationed at Mars City. I have just left the weekly status meeting here in medical. The most prominent topic was the vast number of psychological issues we are seeing as of late. The number of reports indicates that 10% of the overall base personnel have shown symptoms. As many people will not come in for this type of thing, the number of affected personnel could truly be in the 30 to 40% range. It has even manifested itself here in medical. We have several nurses and a couple of good doctors out for related reasons. I'm going to formally request 2 additional psychiatrists on the next shuttle from Earth. 2 we have are being overworked, and the content of their sessions with patients is starting to affect them as well. Dr. Cassian out. Dr. Mark Cassian, at 1547, patient Jonathan Wills was admitted after complaining of insomnia and nausea. According to the nurse, Mr. Wills was calm and exhibited no signs of disorder when he was brought to exam room 5. However, by the time I reached him at 10 after 4, his personality had changed dramatically. When I entered the room, Mr. Wills lunged at me with a scalpel he apparently stole from a supply drawer. With the assistance of an orderly, we managed to subdue and sedate him without injury. Mr. Wills was heavily medicated and could not be diagnosed, but in the 20 minutes he was left unattended, he managed to carve 3 symbols in his arm and cut his own tongue into 2 halves. I can only guess at the cause of his problems. I hope that additional psychiatrists arrive soon. In the meantime, in response to this assault, all medical supplies and armaments will be locked in a secure hospital cabinet with the code 347. Dr. Cassian out.
So, There are patients who are getting insane and deranged even before the portal opened. So what does that mean? Was it just merely being next to the portal that was corrupting people? Is our own immunity somehow related to us just being new here, having only arrived today? If we'd been on base longer, like weeks maybe, would we have ended up like one of them? Hard to say for sure.
Audio report on troop morale. Morale here is beginning to drop. It's nothing to worry about yet since I keep my Marines sharp and ready to go, but events at the base are wearing on the troops. There have been a lot of things happening here on the base. I believe the UAC experiments being performed here must be the cause. Out here, they could be experimenting on God knows what. There are quite a few people missing, and no Marines, of course. It's the civilian population I am referring to. Bottom line, whatever it is they have going on here has my men on a razor's edge. At this point, there is no cause for alarm, but I am requesting we rotate squads every 90 days instead of every 180. I will continue to report as the situation develops. It is good we have the new Marines en route. Fresh faces will help. Sergeant Tyson, out. Audio report confirming new troop deployments for the Mars City Marine Facility, October 30th, 2145. The new troops will be arriving within a few days. I've started a series of training exercises focusing on close-quarter small weapons combat, as well as instituting mandatory refresher courses on all munitions and weapons in our armory. In response to the large number of security breaches and general feelings of ill will around the base, I've doubled security details, placing 2 Marines at each checkpoint. This additional presence should help calm things down. I expect that the incoming Marines are not quite as green as the last deployment. They've turned out okay, but some combat experience will go a long way right now. Sergeant Tyson, out.
A very long way. Now, about that sentry bot incident, the sentries will never turn on us. They'll never actually shoot at us. So, what made it aim at someone else? Could it be that they sensed what was going on? Like they could somehow detect that there was something happening with the people on base? Did the sentry bots know what was happening better than the people who were nearby? That's an interesting thing to wonder.
Connection established.
Marine, I can't believe you're still alive. I'm unable to return to Mars City. All passages out of the Delta complex have been blocked. I'm setting up a command post here. I can monitor status reports of the entire base from Delta Central Authority and communicate with other Marine teams. It's your mission to link up with Bravo Team and get that transmission sent. Head toward Alpha Labs. It's the fastest way to find them. I'll update your PDA security clearance from here. Good job. And good luck, Marine.
And look at that. Sarge must have absolutely booked it over the Delta. We were only down there for, what, half an hour? 45 minutes? And yet somehow we went all the way from Marine Command to the Delta Labs. What was he doing over there? Excuse me a moment. diversion to the kitchen might be pointless, perhaps, but there's something I have to know.
Marine, if you run across any operational sentry bots, use them. Those guys pack a lot of firepower.
They'll pay for this.
The UAC is here to help you. Psychological services are free and confidential.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of psychological services after this. Alan, are you ready for an escort mission? No, I'm not talking about us escorting the sentry bot. Oh, no, sir. This thing is more than capable of taking care of itself. No, no. What's going on is it is going to be escorting us, and it is going to be great.
Marine, you gotta get to Bravo Team quickly. They need all the firepower they can get. Sending that transmission is critical to our survival.
Let's not be in too much of a hurry to follow it, though. There are goodies around every corner. Interesting. We haven't found this PDA yet. Sleep well, little guy. You did well. A little bit of extra detail, but what's important is that Duncan Matthews has access to that door that we saw earlier. Sometimes secrets require a little bit of backtracking. Don't always just go rushing ahead. But otherwise, that's it. We're all in new territory now. I'll see you guys in Mars City Administration.